Hello guys, welcome back again. I hope you're in a good time right now. I have some more interesting updates, and as usual, Nigerian Super Eagles coaching saga still lingers on, and right now there seems to be one unavoidable reality for Nigerian Super Eagles heading into the AFCON qualifiers games next month. And this reality is now that it's looking very likely that Augustine Eguavoen is going to come back as the interim head coach for the Nigerian Super Eagles, at least just for that September games to be the leader who makes the selections, acts the role of a coach and then organizes the team into that game. So this is what it's looking like because, we've seen a lot of negotiations, a lot of discussions conducted by the NFF potentially on these foreign coaches. All of them had fallen through. None of them had success, and it's not looking like it's going to bear fruit anytime soon. Of course, in the previous video, I talked about Tom Senfeld demanding an outrageous amount of money, $100,000 a month, which was completely uncalled for because his previous demands were way below that one. But again, NFF are still having difficulty having negotiations with this man, and the likes of Javier Renat opted from that one after he said that NFF could not pay him. His own fee was around 150 US dollars or thereabout. So that one is like a no-go area. But this Tom Senfeld could potentially still be convinced by the NFF if they hold on to it. But again, even if they are able to convince him to come around, he is still going to need some time, to follow due process to quit the Philippines national team. Because of course, you remember in the last video, I did mention that he is currently the Philippines head coach. So it's going to take him a while to withdraw himself from the team and then come coach Nigerian Super Eagles. So from now to September, when we'll start having that run of fixtures for the AFCON qualifiers, will not be enough for this man to quit his job and then come around to manage the team. So, because of this reality, this unavoidable reality, it's very likely that Eguavoen is going to be the man that leads Nigerian Super Eagles. But again, there's been some developments that have been going, regarding our team, especially in the area of selecting players. And the report right now is that Augustine Eguavoen, who he's currently the chairman of the NFF's technical committee. He had always been the chairman, so he continues to be the chairman. And one of his responsibilities is that he gets to replace the head coach position once we don't have a current head coach. Maybe in a situation whereby coach is fired or coach vacates the role, Eguavoen is the man that replaces that coach, that position for the time being, pending when they employ another person. Which is why it makes sense that he could actually be the person that leads Nigerian Super Eagles this September. But again, as that aside, Eguavoen and his team have now reportedly arranged the first provisional squad list ahead of these games in September. 35 players in total, and the report is that the memos or the invites have now been sent to these 35 players, in their respective clubs, telling them to get ready that hey, Nigerian, the Super Eagles is obviously going to need your help or your services, playing for the nation. So that's what's happening right now. Even without a coach who is supposed to be in the middle of these things, who's supposed to be in the middle of these players being called up, we don't have a coach yet, but these things are happening. Eguavoen and his members of the technical committee drafting this list and sending out to these different players. Of course, it's still going to be slashed down to final 23 to 25 man list, and then lots of these other players are going to be trimmed to get the final players that will be needed. But the first list has now reportedly been sent to these players. And why they did that was in the hopes that, okay, since there's no time to get a coach, and then the coach will now be part of the whole process, They wanted to send this out so that in the event NFF finally agrees with a coach and then brings them on board, the coach can now get this the list of these 35 players and then be part of the trimming down process, to get his final 23, 25 players ahead of this run of games in September. And with this list of 35 players that has been sent out right now, there's also a rumor that we'll be seeing a number of young stars, invited into this team. And talking about young stars, I mean the likes of Benjamin Fredrick, who currently plays for Brentford City in the English Premier League. Of course, the man is currently with the first team of Brentford City after he joined, the club several months ago through trial from, the Samobi Academy. But again, it's interesting to see that this man has been impressing really well and has been promoted into the first team of the Brentford City. And right now, he's currently with them in preseason. And Frank Onyeka obviously gave some good review about this man. He says that this guy is showing some real good stuff in training. Even though he's such a youngster, he plays with the first team, and then he looks really mature and sharp and ready for the new EPL season. So the guy has really developed very much, and NFF are looking at inviting this man as part of the 35-man list, and that's what we are hearing right now, that his name is among the 35-man list. And then also another youngster being Daniel Daga, who, of course, if you recall, a few videos ago, I actually mentioned that he has moved from the NPFL league to the Norwegian league with Molde, recently. But he's still 17 years old, so he signed a pre-contract with the club. And then January next year, he's going to turn 18 and then sign a professional contract with the club. So this man is another youngster that reports he is also among the 35 players mentioned for the initial provisional list. So this is what's currently happening right now. But leaving that, Jace, let me let you know that Nigerian Super Eagles striker Paul Onuachu has now find himself in a tussle, in the middle of a tussle between two clubs. Of course, the likes of Southampton and Trabzonspor. Southampton are the original owners of Paul Onuachu, and then they sent him on loan last season to play at Trabzonspor, where he impressed very much, scored a lot of goals. And right now, Trabzonspor are looking at making the deal permanent after his loan spell, finished with the end of the season. But it's becoming increasingly hard right now for Trabzonspor because Southampton are being very adamant in bringing the price down. They actually bought Paul Onuachu for 18 million euros from Gent. That was in 2023. After a really difficult spell, in Southampton, and then moving over to Trabzonspor on loan, the man's evaluation reduced drastically. But right now it's still somewhere around 11-12 million euros. But the real issue right now is that Trabzonspor want to pay 7 million euros for Paul Onuachu to join them on a permanent basis. But Southampton are saying that they can't accept that amount because it's not up to what they value Paul Onuachu. And right now, it's looking very likely that Paul Onuachu might have to spend the new season in the Premiership, which for me, I feel it's a good thing. Of course, playing in the Premiership is definitely better than playing in the Turkish league. But again, there's a question of where he's going to shine, get the time to play and then shine as well, because we saw that he played his first 4 to 6 months in Southampton and didn't play much of it. He had a really difficult time, couldn't score a goal, but the moment he went on loan to Trabzonspor, he started banging goals for fun, and he even confessed himself that he loved life at Trabzonspor. His family is settling well, he's playing his football, scoring his goals, enjoying his football and all sorts of things. But his dream of returning to Trabzonspor looks to have been dashed right now because Southampton are unable to cooperate. But we'll see what happens in the coming days ahead of the new season, whether he moves or he stays. That's the update for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share the video, leave a like for this video, subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube, and then follow the page if it's on Facebook. Take care of yourselves. Stay tuned. More updates coming soon.